toxic masculinity.
Biden strongly supports canceling the state of Georgia.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird one.
Canceling the state of Georgia? What do you mean canceling?
Well, the state of Georgia is supposed to have the Major League Baseball All-Star game. They're supposed to host it. And people are saying, oh, because of these laws that are being changed to the voting in Georgia, we should move.
Blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
exactly. And Biden's saying, yes, you should do that. You should cancel Georgia. What an a-hole. You know that's a state in the union, Georgia? We actually exist. It exists in America. Like, if you're the president of the United States of America, you shouldn't be telling people to. and then okay, so Biden says he'd strongly support Major League Baseball moving the All-Star game out of Atlanta over Georgia election law.
MLB? Is
MLB,
that
Major League Baseball.
BLM backwards? What is it?
Yeah, really. Baseball lives matter. So, the president of the United States referred to the GOP-backed legislation as Jim Crow on steroids. Oh, come on. Yeah, Jim Crow on steroids. I mean, what? How does anyone take Joe Biden or any of the Democrats seriously at this point? It's ridiculous. All right, President Biden expressed support for the idea that Major League Baseball All-Star Game move out of Atlanta in response to the new Georgia election law that has sparked fierce backlash amongst liberals. If we don't like if we disagree with you politically, we're going to just cancel your state. I mean, give me a break. You know there's Democrats that live in Georgia, right, guys? Right. During an interview on ESPN, Biden was asked about the comments made by Tony Clark, the executive director of the MLB Players Association, who said he'd look forward to discussing moving the July 13th game out of Georgia's capital as a form of economic punishment to the GOP-backed election reform legislation recently signed into law by Governor Brian Kemp. I think today's professional athletes are acting incredibly responsibly. That's not responsibly. I mean, here's the problem with canceling any kind of a thing because you don't like the politics of somebody completely unrelated to that thing. Do you think that most of the people that work in Major League Baseball are Republicans? Maybe. Maybe not. I mean, what about the hot dog vendors? What about, like, look, there's a whole ton of infrastructure that goes into producing an event like the All-Star Game, right? A lot of businesses are involved.
Okay.
Not all the people that work for those businesses, not all the people that own those businesses have anything to do with anything Republican or anything like that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of black people in Georgia. There's a lot of Democrats in Georgia. You're hurting your own people by doing stuff like this. It's ridiculous. I think that today's professional athletes are acting incredibly responsibly. No, they're not. They're just morons is the problem. I would strongly support them doing that, Biden responded. People look to them. They're leaders. Look at what's happened with the NBA as well. Look at what's happened across the board. Yeah. All of these sporting institutions are being ignored now by the American public because they're all taking a knee and they're all like sporting these idiotic Black Lives Matter shirts and stuff like that. And nobody likes it. And so nobody's watching the NFL anymore. Nobody's watching any of these sports because everybody's gotten all woke and crap and nobody can stand it. Look what's happened across the board. The people who have been victimized the most are the people who are the leaders in these various sports, and it's just not right. Really, the people who have been victimized the most are the people who are leaders in these various sports. The hell are you talking about? The people who are leaders in these various sports are millionaires. How the hell have these athletes been victimized? They get to play a game where they try to put a ball in a hoop, or they try to, kick a ball down a field, or they try to hit a ball out of the park. This is your job. Is a game, is a children's game, is your job that you do for a living, and you're a victim, and you get paid millions of dollars for this, and you're a victim.
That's BS.
Biden reiterated his attack on the Georgia election reform as Jim Crow on steroids. Right. Imagine passing a law saying you cannot provide water or food for somebody standing in line to vote. Can't do that, ? Come on, the president exclaimed. This is a weird talking point of the left that you can't. So I was looking into this, and apparently this is already a law that you're not because the Georgia law specifically states that political organizations can't hand people water or food. But the reason is so that these political organizations can't come in and try to like intimidate you or try to persuade you to vote a particular way while you're waiting in line to vote. That's like a common law. I think that's pretty much like everywhere. I think that was already the law in Georgia, something like that. They're picking this apart as if you're not allowed to have food in line or like your wife can't bring you dinner or something like that. None of that's true. It's only political organizations that aren't allowed to bring you water and stuff like that, because they're basically saying like, oh, this group is going to try to influence you. I mean, like, how many people are without water in America now? Like, where do they think we are? It's like they think that we're living in like, you know, the 5th century and like, you know, some bizarre place where you don't have access to food or water. Like, everybody's fine. Like, nobody's going to starve to death. Joe Biden, you idiot. All right, let's see here. Come on, the president exclaimed. You're going to close a polling place at 5 o'clock when people just get off work. This is about keeping working folks and ordinary folks that I grew up with from being able to vote. No, it isn't. It's so stupid. Republicans aren't trying to stop people from voting. Okay, I personally would love if a certain number of people did not vote, right? What I call uninformed or low information voters. They always vote for Democrats, and they never know what the hell they're doing. I do not like ill-informed voters, low information voters, or uninformed voters. I hate uninformed voters because they always vote Democrat and they're always stupid. They always vote the wrong way. They don't even know what they're doing. I hate that. But I would never try to create a law that specifically tried to prevent these people from voting. That's not how Republicans think, right? That's not how we think. That's how Democrats think, and that's why they try to put it on us, right? It's called projection. All right, let's see here. Biden's claimed that the new law forbids water or food omits the statute in the legislation that allows self-service water from an unattended receptacle. So you can go to a drinking fountain. Let's see here. For voters waiting in line. Also, Washington Post fact checker Glenn Kessler pointed out that the president repeated his for Pinocchio claim about polls closing at 5 o'clock. Nope, that's not the law, Kessler tweeted. So I guess that's not even law. I didn't even hear about this closing at 5 thing. But apparently that's just not even true. Biden does not care about saying things that are true. Biden cares about saying things that are going to make him popular amongst other Democrats and are going to get him more votes. And he just always wants to say the right thing as a Democrat. That's all Biden cares about. That's what most Democrats care about. Do you have anything to say? I'm guessing no, because you want to move along.
Yes.
Yes, you have something to say, or yes, you want to move along?
Move along.
Okay, would you like to read the next story, darling?
Yes.
All right.
Biden raises taxes on struggling businesses to fund infrastructure package. Gosh, it was difficult to read.
Might I say you look particularly stunning today, darling. Toxic Masculinity. Weekdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.